On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have never left California.
This Bronxexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised that the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
It's time to do this once again. Welcome once again to the Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson Morning Sports Show. I am one half of that duo, Cole Johnson. The other half will join me at some point. But others will join us, such as in the second hour, we'll have our Cool and Coach Hour. We'll be joined by Cool McCain of Eagles Elite and Coach Dante of so many different sports disciplines. And we'll definitely break down some NFL, some NBA, and some MLB talk. But for this hour and the whole show, we will also be joined by this man. And now batting, the man who could give a crap about the Giants, and now it's all about the Knicks. Number 420. Wize El Jefe, number 420.
It's not that I'm not rooting for my Giants. They just listen. They spared me the grief of having to hear D. Willie talk about 1-7. That's all. I'm as long as I don't have to deal with that. They can lose the rest of the season and draft a quarterback or whatever they plan on doing. I'm good.
So they could even lose to the Commanders in DC.
No, not that. No, we're not going to lose to the Commanders again. We're never going to lose to the Commanders. We just sent, like, I don't even know how we tied them last year. It was horrible that we even tied them last year. It's just we've won what? Last two, yeah, whatever. We just tend to beat the Commanders. I don't know. They just tend to be worse at times than we are.
It's just that I remember you were saying after the debacle that took place the very first Sunday night game of the year, where you
don't talk about that moment. We don't talk about that moment.
He said, moving on from then.
We don't. That's the past, man. That's the past. That was the past. We have moved on. It's in the past, man. Like so much has gone on since then. Like the 49ers have lost 2 in a row. Yeah, it's just a lot of things, man. Brock Purdy has come down to earth. No more the second coming of Joe Montana or Tom Brady. None of that talk that he was a great listen, he is a systems quarterback. You don't have Debo in there. You don't have other pieces. It's not gonna work. Like I don't. But to go back to what we was talking about, yeah, I gave up on my team. They sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I won't lie. Listen, but you would give up on your team too if they were 1-5. Like you don't have that. You have the luxury of actually having a pretty good team.
True, and yeah, I've been in your seat because I mean the last 3 years the Texans were hot garbage. So I totally know what you mean.
Yes,
I mean hot garbage. So
But aren't you glad y'all don't no longer have Deshaun Watson?
Oh yes, I'm so glad that we don't.
Like
because
look what
it's
the Browns are paying him all that money so he can stink up the joint.
oh gosh, that headache is I'm glad it is now in the rearview mirror for the Texans. It's oh yes, as a Texans fan, I'm happy. I'm happy, and I'm even happier that he stuck up another team in the process. Not really.
Yeah.
Let me quickly roll through the whip around. All right, so you had the NFL. They're still doing the international series. They completed their London stint. Now in November, they'll be doing 2 games in Germany, and they're talking about actually getting a hybrid field for the 2 games that's in Frankfurt. And the hybrid service was installed last weekend at Deutsche Bank Park, where they will be playing. In fact, the game between the Chiefs and the Dolphins will be there, and I would think it would be important that the turf would be pristine there for that type of matchup, considering that this should be actually in one of these 2 home stadiums here in the country, but I digress. So after the NFL's first ever regular season game in Germany, players and coaches from the Bucks and the Seahawks complained about the turf in the Allianz Stadium and in Munich. So the game caused enough damage that the grass had to be replaced afterwards. You almost have to say, stop me if you've heard this before, because that was the same gripe that you had with Mexico City's main stadium. Never mind. I'm not going to ask. I think
because you know my response is going to be right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's.
Yeah, you're right.
We all know.
Got me
Hey, this is not nothing new. This is something that's been you would think that the NFL would have learned from Mexico City and these experiences, that maybe that's not the way to go. Maybe something it's not surprising to me, because I live in reality. A lot of people don't. So
Lord. Well, I get this, I'm gonna hear this in the near future.
it's yeah. I know this shit don't work. Y'all keep using, like, I don't understand, man. Like, we've been down this road before. Why we keep going down the same road? Like, you know what it is? Either you don't care about your players' safety. If you don't care about your players' safety, and you don't care about the product you're putting on for the audience, for the fans, and all you care about is the money, this is what you get.
That's all they care. You know, that's all they care about, man. You follow the sport as long as I have. You know that's what the Shield cares about more than anything else. And we've been hearing players. I know you live near the area where the cry for, well, this has to be all grass stadiums or all NFL fields, has been loud for the last almost 2 months, ever since Aaron Rodgers' Achilles got torn. And you hear the response from NFL NFL execs and NFL owner, and like, you play on the field that we destined you play on. Hey, we saving money and we making more money? Oh, heck no.
And the fact that you take these players to the other side of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
To try to grow the brand internationally.
Yeah.
Don't nobody care. Listen, let's be honest, man. Don't nobody care about American football outside of America.
Well, not like we do.
Not like we I shouldn't have, but they're not, because you still got Americans that live abroad that love football and they're out there. Yes, I understand that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's not a sport that's universally loved. It's not like basketball or baseball.
Yeah, those sports are universally loved. Yeah.
These are sports that you have leagues, baseball leagues, basketball leagues in other countries that American players go play at.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have that in NFL. You have
No,
Canadian Football League. You have all these sub leagues, and now with the merger with the USFL and XFL, whatever, all this other stuff going on. And we've seen and I enjoyed NFL Europe actually
I did too. I hated that it left, but I understood why. But I
because it
hated
wasn't
that it
making no
left.
money.
It wasn't making money. That's exactly
Why? Because they didn't care about American football in those places. You put
yeah in yeah in yeah in yeah in yeah in Holland and in Germany. Yeah, they didn't. And I still, even though they think that they can try it in Germany, I still think I'm like, I don't think they feel it. I don't even think they feel it the way they do in England, let alone in the United States. I just, but they're forever chasing that dollar, and if they think that they can make more, they will go after it. Yeah, boy. Go ahead, sir.
well, sick being a point. Yeah, it's like rugby and cricket over here. The average American isn't really gonna care for sports like that.
No, no. I mean, yeah, yeah. Cricket.
Like for me,
No.
growing up in East New York, we had a lot of West Indians and all this, so they played cricket. So I
They play
seen them
cricket,
play
right.
cricket.
Yeah,
So I seen them play, and it was cool. I enjoyed it.
yeah. It's a cool sport,
And
but
rugby. Anything where
I
you
lo-
get to
and
hit
I love
somebody
rugby.
hard and
Yeah, I
it's,
love rugby, but
yeah,
that's not a sport that's popular here. Yeah, just
you
isn't.
would think it would be, but
Yeah,
no.
you would think it would be, but it's not. Oh, I'm sorry. The 76ers tell James Harden to stay home. The other 29 teams should tell him to do the same thing.
Press that like James Harden. This is his MO.
Yeah,
They told him to stay
trying to force his
home because they know he's probably at home stuffing his face, not working out. Like
yeah.
if y'all gonna force me to come in, I'm coming in 500 pounds. Like
It's a shame, man. This is the third team in the last 3 calendar years he has
I
forced
would
his way out of.
no, I wouldn't play him. Screw it, I'll pay him to stay home.
I wouldn't pay him. I wouldn't play him either. And I will still reiterate the other 29 teams forced this fool out of the league because if you get a year out of him, you'll be fortunate because he's gonna pull that crap that he's pulled with the Rockets, Nets, and the 76ers. If one thing is not what it is not to his favor, he's going to do everything he can to get off of your team.
And then he wants you to
want that.
send him to his team, his choice.
Yeah,
He has to go to the Clippers.
Yeah,
My
like
man,
he had
what
to go
you
to the Nets, like he had to go to the 76ers, and like he has to go to the Clippers now. Right? It's not. It's not. It's not worth the headache.
if I was the Clippers, I wouldn't want him.
If I was
Why
Clippers,
would
I
you want
wouldn't want
that
him either.
toxic? Why would you want that toxic energy in your locker?
Yeah. If I was the Clippers, I'm like, you. I like you. I like you want to come back home, but not with the drama you bring. No, sir.
No, I wouldn't want that headache. Because then if something goes wrong there, what is he gonna do? Not show up again? Now your MO is coming like when you don't feel like you've been treated right or whatever. I want to go home, take my ball and go somewhere
Take the
else.
ball, go home. And that's exactly what he's done twice now successfully, and he'll get this done the
It's
third
stupid
time.
owners. It is
It's
stupid
gonna take
owners
longer.
that keep allowing these trades and allowing them to like, okay, listen, you are an employee. You're getting paid millions of dollars to come to work, to play a game.
In his case, millions of dollars a month. So yeah,
To play a game. A game.
but
Well, I'm not understanding this. Like, Dude, I understand if you was getting treated unfairly,
But
if
he's
you
not.
wasn't getting paid,
But he is.
and you're not showing up for what I'm paying you.
Mm-hmm.
You came up short in the playoffs.
Many times.
So why, like, nah, man, stay, go home. Go home. Go home. I would send him home.
I would too. I agree. Now, yeah, we were talking about Brock Purdy a little earlier. Of course, the 49ers have lost their last two. They have scored 70 points in each game. And Brock Purdy has not looked all that great in both of those games. And now looks like he is in concussion protocol. So it looks like his status for this upcoming game against Cincy, it is now in doubt. So now the quarterback that seems to have come back to earth that has not lost a regular season game until the game in Northeastern Ohio, and now since then he has been 0 for 2. Looks like he might not be able to get back on the winning track this Sunday. Eesh. Eh, boy. Mm-mm-mm.
Sorry, Brock. It happens. It's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast. I can't.
I can hear the compassion just oozing out of your throat.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry, man. I didn't want him to get hurt.
No, I know you didn't want to get hurt.
Sam Darnold's the backup, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the backup.
Go Sam Darnold. Yeah, come on. We're gonna get a Sam Darnold sighting. Yes, McCarthy. We're gonna get a Sam Darnold sighting.
Oh, good Lord. Well, we actually got a Mad Dog Russo sighting as he decided to be big, bad, and bold because he said something to the effect of, quote, if the Diamondbacks come back to win the NLCS, I would retire. Close quote. Well, guess what happened?
And he's not retiring.
No, he's not retiring.
Oh, he just needs to stop. They need to stop. They need to stop. Mad Dog, you now we know you're just a puppy because you don't live up to your word. You said you would retire.
On the spot.
Retire. It's time for you to retire anyway. It's
wow.
I've never been a Mad Dog fan. Like some of the
yet.
He says some stupid stuff sometimes. Like
yeah,
he lives in the past. He
oh gosh, yes.
I just no.
I've seen this act the last couple of years. Yes, that criticism is spot on. He is so entrenched in the past. Oh, so basically he forever stays. Back down memory lane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he's been that way. Okay, that's good to know. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. No.
I thought this just came when he turned 60. So he's always been that way. Okay.
Well, he's always been a comparison to the olden days of baseball and all. Like
baseball and football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he is so quick in basketball. He's so quick to spot out if it's basketball, Bob Cousy, or if it's football, Johnny Unitas, or if it's baseball, Mickey Mantle. I mean, he's so quick to spit those types of names.
Yeah, no.
I don't like to hear it. It's just that
we know.
But I mean, I know you know you live there, so
we understand it. We understand it. So yeah, no, like it's time. You know what it is? It's time for people like him to start retiring. Go down to Shady Acres, wherever it is you're gonna go retire, and start allowing real up and coming content creators like Ryan McCarthy and No Credentials Required and all these other great shows that is for the people by the people.
Would do an age limit take on Snowman in the morning. I never thought it would go beyond mentality. Goodness gracious.
No. I'm not putting an age limitation. But there's a certain age limit at a certain time. Like like at a certain age, like his age group, they really need to really consider retiring.
Oh, he's
Him,
63. I mean, he's not.
yeah, that's
incredibly
that's
old
kind
as
of
we are.
that's still a little bit like out of our, like they're not really same thought process we are in.
It's true. He's a boomer. I agree with that. But
The boomers are
unfortunately-
different, man. Boomers are different.
That's true. We were
They're
reared by
stuck in their
boomers.
ways. They're really stuck in their ways.
Ooh, yeah. We can derail the whole show. Talk about stories of how we actually benefited and probably were detrimentally harmed by the boomers in our life that were stuck in their ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my. But yeah, Mad Dog, brother, you said it. Walk, son, please.
But I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Who's really gonna watch the World Series?
You know, I had a Sean Watson take, but I'm gonna end whip on right there because I love that question right there. See, Deshaun is not going to be playing again, so that's the news there.
Who's the quarterback? Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback.
Did they get him? Because they had PJ Walker.
Oh, that's the backup quarterback. I don't know who started. I don't know who started.
Yeah,
the
they had
Browns.
PJ Walker there, and
Okay.
I've heard a Browns fan say that he would be in favor of getting Jacoby Brissett on the team. But yeah, it's PJ Walker right now.
Okay. The PJ Walker that was in Carolina last year.
The same, very same, one the same. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh Lord. And Ryan McCarthy is, good Lord, he's going ODB. No credentials acquired is for the children.
Yeah, they are. They are for the
Really?
children. Yes.
Really? You gonna go ODB on the Grammy stage, Ryan? Really? Oh my gosh. I love you, bro. 6 says, look, in Purdy's case, talking about the concussion, this is one of those trials and tribulations that you go through in the NFL. How does he bounce back from all of this is the question. And all quarterbacks go through this. All of them do. So, yeah. So, yeah, this is nothing new. I agree. It's nothing new. All right, so we'll take a pause for cause. When we come back, we'll probably try to answer the question that Wize just put forth. Rangers, Diamondbacks. The Rangers are the AL champs. The Diamondbacks are the surprise NL champs. Who's going to watch the World Series? Bad. I hit that button wrong. I'm so sorry. We'll be back right after this.
Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit SnowmanMultimediaSports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to SnowmanMultimediaSports.com/Fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything. Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at InvaderCoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Cause we take this job so serious.
The is that? Sorry, pardon me. My apologies.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Come back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. The mentality team is here with Wize El Jefe. I am Cole Johnson. I don't know when Snowman's actually going to come or if he is, but we're having fun here. And quickly to the finance feedback zone we had. Ryan says, I'm sorry. Let me do this correctly. Ryan said, quote, I went and bought me an outfit today that costed me a lot of money today because I figured no credentials required was going to win. Close quote. Ouch. And you immerse yourself real deep in ODB. Gotcha. I'm proud that you actually know that. I'm actually proud you do, brother. Six says, good morning and happy Thursday, Ryan. I hope you're enjoying the old Dirt McGirt brew this morning.
That's a cool name for a brew.
Old Dirt McGirt.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that man. Shout out to the late ODB. He has some great nicknames. Sick also said, y'all know a lot of folks ain't been right since 2008, correct? Yes. And we do talk about that on mentality too. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
You do.
And he also says, and he got pulled over by the fashion police later that night.
Yeah.
Oh, he says it was hands down the greatest VMA moment ever. Heck, hard transition. So my partner and my brother asked a wonderful question. Who is going to watch the World Series between the Rangers and the Diamondbacks? No, I'm sorry. I keep answering this question prematurely. My bad. I should be more objective. I don't want to be a Jason. I don't want to be one of those journalists that aren't objective. Anyway, you all have heard my take earlier this week. For those who haven't, the clown that wanted to say that Houston wasn't a baseball town, but Dallas was. You have the nerve to say this out of the side of your mouth when the team you want to win so badly doesn't play baseball, nor basketball, nor hockey. It's football. You're about them boys, you know? Hold up. We them boys. That's what you all are. Yes. Cowboys. You all think the Texas Rangers are either law enforcement or Chuck Norris.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
You don't even know that you have a Major League Baseball team in your own city. Lord have mercy. So yeah, my question is even more streamlined. Will Dallas follow the World Series? But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I'll put that question to you, sir, and I'll put it to the chat. Do you actually think this will be a good World Series, and do you think it actually will be watchable or watched?
I think it's gonna be they're gonna be good games. I think that for me, there's gonna be good games because nobody thought any of these two teams would be there. Does it burn an interest in me into watching? No. Like, am I really gonna go? But I don't even like if my team ain't really playing, I don't watch anyway. But for the regular true fans that really want to watch baseball all the time, it might be. It's not the sexiest of games. Like none of these two teams were expected to be here.
No.
Yeah, of course, Rangers and D-back fans are gonna watch it, but do you think a Mets fan in Queens or
Yankee fans in the Bronx?
Yeah, you think you think anyone in those markets really care about the? No.
Bishop?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
See, let's go down the line. Dodger fan is bitter because well, the Diamondbacks eliminated them from the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Philly fan, of course, is bitter because they got eliminated from the playoffs by the Diamondbacks. So right there, you mentioned one market. I mentioned two other big markets that just won't tune in. Well, I know Houston won't. Chicago won't. Because neither team is near them geographically.
Mm-hmm.
So right there, let's see, New York's number 1 DMA, LA's number 2 DMA, Chicago's number 3 DMA, the Philly, that's number 5 DMA, Houston's number 6 DMA. So 5 of the 6 biggest cities in America probably will even care less whoever wins the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. To me, it's a non-starter. And the biggest and the bigger DMA of the two, which is Dallas, seriously, it's about the Cowboys and then everybody else.
Yep.
So, so to answer your question, Playmaker, will this man leave Dallas alone? Oh, wait, it's Thursday. Yes, your mouth, sir, said don't talk about him until Thursday. Well, it's Thursday. I'm talking about him. And because you were not willing to allow me to really get my take off real good, Playmaker, I'm doing something that it hurts my heart to say. I want the Cowboys to beat the Rams Sunday.
Ooh.
Because they will get more attention than the Rangers will.
But not the fact that the Rams are Playmaker's team. Well, that might play a little part in that.
Because he had the nerve to say to me, Tuesday that he had an axe to grind with the Cowboys because the Cowboys last year beat him with Cooper Rush at quarterback 22-10. But I'm like, no, that's not your axe to grind. Your axe to grind is the same place, but the game Sunday, and did not mention the fact that you had a 4th and 1 that was a quarterback sneak that was performed by Kenny Pickett that the referees marked as a first down, but it wasn't. But the Rams couldn't challenge. And this was before the 2-minute warning. I'm thinking as a Rams fan, he would be all up in arms about that. But no mention of that game. It's all about wanting to beat the Cowboys. Speak on that, Mr. Playmaker.
Oh, my God. Well, Playmaker, we'll wait for your response.
He knows it's all love.
I know.
RC, it's good to see you, man. He's a Rangers D-backs fan, so definitely watch, yes. But yeah, that's basically it's all going to be the people who actually love the Rangers in Dallas and Phoenix. That's only going to be the two places they're going to watch. And I guarantee you, the Cowboys game will spank in Dallas. Will spank the people who will watch the Rangers in the World Series. That's how bad it is. Oh, he says, you started the show talking Dallas. I couldn't even get in a word in for the first hour. You got us some words in the first hour, and I gave you the floor. But you didn't give me the elbow room to cook. I mean, you have to understand. I was greeted that morning. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wize. I have to do this because this pains me. You have to understand my pain. I mean, Tuesday morning I woke up and my brother, one of my best friends, had the nerve to message me.
He did.
He messaged me. I mean, we mess each other every day. You know, it's all love. And even his matches, it was all love. But it just hurt though, when he responded to me that morning, that mournful Tuesday morning, when he said, I can't believe this. I really can't, because it still hurts me to this moment. He said, quote, I did tell you, be careful what you asked for. Good morning, brother. Close quote.
Sounds about right.
It hurt my heart. That's not what I wanted to see early Tuesday morning. Oh my gosh. No.
Yeah.
It broke my heart that those idiots from Dallas stole my beloved Houston Astros moment. And then that other idiot that had the nerve to say that Dallas was a better baseball town than Houston. But people in Dallas don't know what a baseball looks like. How dare he? So I was coming from that energy playmaker. I was hurt. I was hurt, I tell you, hurt. Oh my goodness. Not really. No.
But so the people get the idea of why this happened.
Go ahead.
At the beginning of the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
someone said, yeah, I hope the Rangers sweep the Orioles because I want to face the Rangers. And
Someone, huh?
all I said was, be careful what you ask for. This was my response. Because, certain someone spat out stats and everything about how Houston manhandled the Texas Rangers this year.
They did until game 1 of the ALCS.
This is, and I'm like, okay. And so I don't want to face the Orioles. The Orioles beat us, whatever. I'm like, okay, the numbers sounded good. The numbers sounded, people, these numbers were all in favor of what he was asking for.
Yeah, because the last series they played, the Astros outscored the Rangers 39-10.
Yeah, no, listen, this numbers didn't lie.
Exactly. Thank you, James.
Numbers didn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wize had to be wise.
You need to sometimes be like, maybe we don't want to play them. Maybe their time is now. Like, maybe it could come around. Maybe you would have been better off facing the Orioles. Just saying.
And see, this is one of my best friends, and this is how he greeted me that Tuesday morning.
Yes. When I woke up and found out Texas won, I couldn't wait to send a message.
This is one of the most compassionate human beings I've ever known in life. Straight up. One of the most compassionate human beings in life. we always before we talk about anything, we always give each other a greeting. He didn't give me a greeting that morning. He just started with the "I told you, be careful what you ask for." I'm like, that's not what I wanted you to say, man.
Yeah, no, man, no. Because okay, so listen, yes, I'm compassionate, yeah, whatever, but I'm a guy. Like, I'm not
Oh
perfect.
no, I feel you.
I'm not
I feel
perfect.
you.
I
feel
I
you.
gotta sometimes you gotta be a dick. Like, yo, damn, man, it's messed up. Y'all lost. Like,
But I expected that though. That's the
no,
thing.
it wasn't gonna be
I
that.
expect
It wasn't gonna be that.
no no no
I know
no
you was
no
expecting me to say,
no 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 no
yeah,
no
see
no
what you
no
got,
no
what you
no
asked for, this is what you get. Like,
no 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 not the compassion. I was expecting you to give me the dig. I was
yeah,
expecting that.
no, oh yeah, you was gonna get it from me. Like, right.
I'm like, doggone it. I was like, he could have said, man, good season, bro. Sorry your Astros didn't make it. No, you asked for this. This is what you got. And now you have to deal with your team being eliminated from the playoffs. I'm like, man, why?
Going into the now we're gonna talk, like, we're gonna go on something like, okay, this is off of sports. It's completely off of sports because this is something. So the wife came to me with this idea.
Okay.
And she says, all right, you can spend 15 to 30 minutes doing something. Like, it's this thing where she wants me to straighten something out for 15 to 30 minutes, whatever it is, right? And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll spend 15 minutes. She goes, no, 15 to 30 minutes. And I'm like, all right, I'll take 15 minutes. No, you're not listening to me. I'm like, all right. So today, this was a couple of days ago. So today she goes, so how did you spend your 2 hours? I said, what 2 hours? You know, when I said doing the 30 minutes, yes, the 15 to 30 minutes, I says, well, technically, I did an hour. What do you mean you did an hour? Well, I did 15 minutes. But why you gonna do? I'm like, okay, because you gave me an option. You said 15 to 30 minutes. Had you wanted me to do 30 minutes, why didn't you? Like, I don't understand women. Like, why didn't you be specific? You want me to do the 30 minutes? And then, even though I did do more than 15 minutes, but I did I purposely said I did 15 minutes.
Okay.
Because now you're telling me to do 15 to 30 minutes. So when I'm doing the 15 minutes, you get upset. I'm not understanding the logic. Am I wrong, gentlemen? Am I wrong? Anyone who's married, please chime in. I would like to know, was I wrong? Listen, and I broke it down for her. I said, listen, if you wanted me to do 30 minutes, why not just say 30? When you say 15 to 30 minutes, okay, I'm gonna probably do the bare minimum. I'm gonna probably do the 15 minutes because you gave me the option. You gave me the choice.
I gave you the option.
You're thinking, oh, maybe he's gonna take the full 30 minutes. Nah,
no, 15.
I'm gonna do the 15. Like, I don't understand. Like, why don't you just say do the 30 minutes and then I could do the 30 minutes?
No, why don't you say do the 2 hours? Because that's really what she wanted you to do.
Yeah.
That's what I find funny. Because here's how the logic rolls. So that you have this wonderful wife who she understands that she thinks sometimes that you probably would need to have that boost. Not saying you in particular, Wize.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking you in a general sense that you probably need a typical boost, and you might need to improve in this area. So you might need to invest some time. So they'll say, yeah, invest a little time in this, but a little time for them means this is a hint that you need to do this and be at one with this and do this for a hot minute. But they won't say that to you.
It would be better if you would just go and say, yes, McCarthy, I'm still married. I'm still shocked myself. But, and I told her about the comment. I told her about that. I told her about it. I brought it up. But anyway, Yeah, I'm like, yo, just one, and I broke it down like, yo, I actually did more than 15 minutes, but I'm telling you to do 15 minutes because I want to piss you off. And why would you want to do that? Well, because you're not. I'm trying to, instead of you just saying do 30 minutes and get it over with, right? You want to make it seem like the illusion you're giving me the choice of doing 15 to 30 minutes, whichever I choose. When all reality, the fact is that you want me to do the 30 minutes. And I'm not going to give you that pleasure because it's just not going to work that way. It's better if you just be upfront, say do the 30 minutes, not give me options and then forcibly force your option on me. That's just not going to work.
You've actually told some stories on mentality where basically you had to do this because this is something that your wife does to you.
Yeah. I do this. I do things purposely to annoy her. Yes, I do. I do because she says I ask stupid questions, and in all actuality, it's her asking the stupid questions.
For example, one of the quote stupid questions close quote that Wise asked was we talked on mentality about Dylan Mulvaney. Oh, and Bud Lights got picked up by the UFC, but that's besides the point. So we were talking about Dylan Mulvaney. For those who don't know, dude that dresses in drag. Sorry, that's just how I'm going to put it. And looking like Audrey Hepburn, but basically a toothpick. Meanwhile, so we talked about that, and then all of a sudden, Wise goes into the story, and he says, I was wondering, I want to know how do women have these thought processes of do they just break out in song? Do they think about having these show tunes? So, do they just break out in song and dance like in Glee? So, I went and I asked my wife, and I said, baby, I got this question to ask. So, do y'all just all of a sudden just break out and sing and dance? What does it take to be a woman? Because I don't know what that is like. He says, so she looked at me and then went on about her business. Didn't even answer him. I'm like, oh, I was like, that's just cold.
It's these moments. It's these moments. It's just these moments. Like married people know that you have these moments there. It's just both y'all sitting here and something really stupid will happen that y'all just gotta laugh or just something. And so this was one of those moments. So this morning I was like when she brought up, so how did the 2 hours go? I knew what she was talking about. I knew what she was referencing, but I had to make her repeat herself and say what it was. But no, man. Like, oh, it's just say it. Just say it. Like, let me know. Like, that's all. Don't swim around in like 15 to 30 minutes. Because I'm gonna do the minimum. That's how it's gonna be.
She wanted you to feel like you were improving on something, sir. That's what she was doing.
Oh no, I understand what her logic was behind it.
Right.
I understand the logic. But
I figured you did. You're a smart guy. I figured you did.
But I would prefer you to just say what you mean. Say, do 30 minutes. Like,
and I get that.
And then not get up but then you can, because then when you say 15 to 30 minutes, you can't get upset if I do 15 minutes. That's my point. You can't get mad if I just do 15 minutes because you gave me that option. Like us men, you can't give us options. Because we're gonna go with the least. Okay, 15 minutes. I can do 15 minutes. Well, that's how it's gonna be. That with my thought process. I'm like 30 minutes. Yeah, no. 15 minutes. Yeah. Like I'm human. My attention span, like it's just as I get older, it just gets shorter.
So you basically are saying that a man's faithful is his options. Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
I'm just joking. Man, I was reared on my father getting under my mother's skin on purpose.
Mhm.
And I didn't I was distraught when I was young. You know, when I was in grammar school, I was distraught. When I started understanding it was a game that dad was playing on mom, then I started to laugh. And I actually told them when I was an adult, I said, you know, in high school, I set my alarm to 6:30 in the morning to wake up. You all argued every day from about 5:30 to 6:30. Do you know that starting my junior year, I didn't set my alarm because your arguments would wake me up every single day at 6 o'clock on the dot? And my father was like, yeah. It was like a badge of honor because it was like, yes, my tricks worked. And then when I asked him, I said, why? I said, why would you purposely get in arguments with mom and dad? He says, I was like, man, you have to understand. I'll be hearing that doggone alarm go off, man. And she'll just hit the snooze and then and then again and then again. And so I didn't realize this until of course I became an adult and I had a late night. And I mean so late that it was like about 5 in the morning. And then I would hear that alarm at 5 o'clock, then about 5:10, then about 5:20, and then at about 5:20, I would hear my father say, "Woman, will you wake your A up? That's why you ever up on the job. Wake the F up." I'm like, wow. So I was like, okay, so that's how the argument started. And I get it now. But yes, my father enjoyed getting under my mother's skin. Enjoyed.
Yeah,
it.
no. What was it? She said a comment. She took a shot at me. I didn't appreciate it, but I can't.
Women do that.
Yeah,
My
she
wife
took
does that
a
with
shot
me.
at me.
Yeah. In fact, my wife, we were playing on teams on Uno, and I made a play that was not to her liking, and so she said to me, "You're acting just like a blonde," and I just tersely said, "Thank you very much." No, I just mean thank you very much. So she caught the hint that she effed up.
No, so I had an Uno question. I got an Uno question. So can you drop a draw two on top of a draw two?
Nowadays, you can. Well, yeah, you can.
A draw
you
two
mean?
on top of a draw
Wait.
two.
And the person you drop a draw two on doesn't draw two? Is that what you mean?
So can you make them draw four with that?
Oh,
So if I drop a draw two and someone has a matching a draw two, can they throw it on top of that draw two?
there's some parts of the game where it's starting to be like that. Yeah. I put it this way.
I
And
know
I've
you
actually started to
can't
learn
put a
this late.
draw four. I say you can't put a draw four on a draw two because they're not the same. They're not draw
Right.
twos. Same way you could put a red 9 on a yellow 9 on a green 9. You should be able to put a draw two on top of a draw two.
Like Vic says, it used to be that way. Yes. But the way it is now, woo, you could do a lot of different stuff. You could challenge people who drop draw fours. You could drop a stack.
Well, you could always
color.
challenge people because you always had the cheater that he was just changing the colors just so you can, even though he had the color in his hand, he would still draw four just so you wouldn't have that. Like he might have a green and the thing is green, but he'll drop the draw four. So yeah, there's times to challenge people.
Oh, but yeah, it's funky. I love it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because my sister-in-law kept getting beat by my 5-year-old nephew, and I happened to play him and I beat him because I don't care if you're a little kid, I'm not gonna have mercy on you. We're playing a game. No, you got to learn how to lose. I'm teaching you life lessons. I'm teaching these kids life lessons. They're not always gonna win, so I don't take it easy on them when I play games with them.
No, you gotta learn how to lose.
You gotta learn how to lose, man. That's life.
So you're a loving uncle.
I'm a
But
very loving uncle.
But I understand you.
Me and him have a very special handshake and everything.
But obviously you have a special on them too. Gotcha.
Yeah, no. Listen. You gotta teach. I'm here handing out life lessons, and so yeah, I cheated. I didn't cheat. I didn't really cheat. But I beat him. She was upset because she had lost 5 times to the kid, and then she's like, "Oh, you cheated. You cheated." I'm like, "No, you just suck, and you let a 5-year-old beat you 5 times. Like, how do you let that happen?" I take no mercy. No mercy. I'm
Stop it. Get some help.
Gosh, you are so off the chain right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's bring Cool in. Goodness gracious.
My man, Cool. When I hear that song, I think about A-Rap Money.
I like it.
I haven't heard
I
that
like
song
it.
in years.
I like
I've
it.
heard that song in years. Joining us in the Cool and Coach Hour is Cool McCain, Eagles Elite Extraordinaire.
Look at you.
Digging the fitted.
Look at you. Look
Digging
at
the,
sweet.
digging the fitted.
Look at
Yes,
sweet.
sir.
All right. All right. I guess we got to step our games up. Man has a fitted of his own show.
So,
You can catch that every
you got
Wednesday
that
night,
though?
8:30
You got
Eastern,
that right
7:30
there,
Central.
Cool. That's the next
On
step.
the Eagles Elite YouTube channel. Sorry, go ahead, Wise.
It's coming.
This is the next step right here, Cool. This is the next step.
Yeah.
It's
That's the
coming.
next-
T-shirts, hoodies.
Having
Pair
airbrush
Jordans. Pair
having-
Jordans here.
having
with-
Sneakers, all that. It's coming.
having the Wize El Jefe logo airbrushed on a pair of Jordans.
Pair Jordans.
Wow.
That's the next step.
Hmm.
And they used to be
Cold.
great. Those used to be those pair of Air Jordans that I had. I sent them to my homegirl. We remixed custom kicks, and that's what she did. They were great.
She did a bang up job, bro.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
So Cole, I gotta say what's up to my guy. So I need your help real quick. What's up?
All right. Oh, what's up?
Yes, sir.
Cool doesn't feel good until he does that. So
I feel much better now. I feel much better.
All right. So do we need to talk about tonight's game between the Bucks and the Bills?
I mean,
No.
it's up to y'all. Like,
I don't really
like-
care. I'm not gonna watch the game anyway. So
I feel like we already know what it is. The Bills should win this game. So I mean,
they should. I actually got to work on my video because my bad for last week. I know I didn't send you my Giants review. I should have,
man,
but I got this
one
week.
week. We got people that ain't sent one since week one. So, you know what I'm
That's all
saying?
right though. That's all right. But you pretty much know. You pretty much know if Wise sent you that review last week for the Giants. All he had to do was just send you this video clip.
Got me
I'd be upset too if you were down 14-9, you inside the Bills 5, you get a pass interference call, then you get holding, but the refs swallow the whistle and don't throw the flag. I'd be upset too.
Yeah, it's all right. We didn't go 7. We didn't go 1-7 though. That's all.
True. Hey, sick. It's just it's the camera angle. Sick. It's the camera angle.
Now I talked about the message that Wise sent me that hurt me. Of course it didn't. I expected him to do that. But the message that really made my week was the one that he dropped only maybe an hour later, where he says, "Wow, it's such a great morning to be a 2-5 Giants fan." I was like, my man is straight up petty, and I can't hate him for it.
I am.
I can't hate him for it.
Listen. Especially when it comes to comments like that. And I told him, I said, "All right, we're gonna be 1-7. All right, we're gonna beat you, and your team is gonna let you down, and your prediction is gonna fall short because your team let you down."
I'm gonna give you credit, Wise. So about 3 weeks before that game was played, we're cooking on Total Football Talk, and Wize, of course, is being well, of course, cool too, is being a wonderful brother and showing support too. But Wize being the supportive brother, he's like, yeah, Mr. Disrespectful. You know that prediction that you put forth of my team. You talking big, bad, and bold now, because I think they were like 1-4 at the time. You talking big, bad, and bold now, but when it gets the Commanders coming into town, you're gonna lose. And then he types in bold, not bold, in all caps, it's going to be your own team that will let you down.
Yeah.
I had several laughing emojis for that one.
Yes, you did.
And I will say, you can call him Nigradamus. Because that's exactly what happened, right?
Exactly how I said it was going to happen. It was going to be his team that let him down.
You and that nickname Nigradamus. Oh my gosh.
Hey man, when it applies, it applies. What can I say?
True, and you will not catch me arguing you about that. Oh my gosh! All right,
I just have to say one thing real quick.
Shoot, go ahead.
You can put draw twos on top of draw twos, right?
Yeah. See,
you can put draw fours on top of draw fours.
Yes,
right?
That's it. Yeah.
You can do it. Yeah. I mean, if everybody's got, you can put reverse on top of reverses, skips on top of skips.
Yeah, it has to be like that.
If you got a problem, don't play with me. We talk about it before the game. This is how we're gonna play. If you don't want to play like that, I ain't playing. Don't play with me.
But wait a minute, that's how we always played. That.
Yeah, that's how I remember playing it.
Well, you remember Uno came out and said that that's not the correct way to play.
I don't care how Uno said. This is how we played in the hood. This is how
I say piss on you, Uno. I'm with you, Wize. This is how we play hood. That's how I'm gonna play.
I remember seeing that crap. I think what was it, about 3 years ago, or somewhere around that time.
The official Uno rules. But then if you read, they got house rules. And we grew up playing house rules. A lot of our houses have the same rules.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah. All right. I will give you the floor, cool, to talk about your Eagles bouncing back Sunday, to wear down, beat down, defeat, and brotherly shove Miami out of Philly, 31-17. How did you feel about that performance?
Well, before I go, if you don't mind, sir, we need to get the other intro in, and we got another gentleman.
Yes. Okay, well,
my boy is in the building.
I was going to stop you, but I was like, I put the question out, so I'll let you do it. So
I can wait. Coach
Hours complete. Coach Dante now has joined us. Is good to see you again, my brother.
Always good. Good morning, y'all. Always good to see y'all, man. I'm ready to talk for the cool and Coach Hour. Let's get right into it.
All right,
yes,
man.
Sir.
So, all right, cool. Your thoughts on the Eagles bouncing back, and now they are in sole possession of the number 1 seed in the NFC with their 31-17 victory over the Dolphins.
So first, I got to give a shout out to the Minnesota Vikings. Good look out. Good looking. You caught an L from us and then turned around and beat the 49ers for us. So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Or as I like to affectionately call them now, because of how much they turned into Dallas Cowboy-esque fans, we're going to start to call them the Santa Clara football team. So the Santa Clara football team got that L to the Vikings. Very apropos. Thank you. It's real simple for me, man. The defense has been stepping up. The middle did not look as bad as it had in the past. Terrell Edmonds was getting burnt like toast, but we don't have to worry about that problem anymore because he's now in Tennessee, along with the 5th and 6th round pick. I believe it was 6 or 7. I forgot. I know a 6 is involved. Okay, so I know it's one of those combinations.
Yeah, it was a 5th and 6. Yeah.
And Kevin Bird is now a Eagle. Byard. I always say his name wrong, but so Kevin Byard is now an Eagle, so that's going to help finish to shore up that middle. But Desai's doing a real good job of using the pieces that he has available at that time, because didn't have certain players that week.
Right.
That's been a running theme, but he's still continued to get better as a play caller and a schemer, and he's adapting and making adjustments. The offense looked pretty good. We don't run the ball enough still, so I'm going to continue to complain. Run the freaking ball.
Thank you.
You got
That is
Jalen back
what
there
the
throwing
Eagles
30
offense
plus
does
times.
best. Right
Exactly.
there.
You got
That's what the
Jalen back
offense
there.
does best.
Yeah, you got Jalen back there throwing 30 plus times. He fumbling the ball. He throwing interceptions. You like, bro, what did you even doing? Like, why didn't you just either throw the ball away or just move? Why stand there when two guys is running at you and throw the ball right at them? But I mean, one play, you can't fault the man for making a bad decision, but you can fault the coaching staff for saying why you keep putting him in these situations when you see that he's not making the correct decisions in those situations. So, I take a little bit of that to the coaching staff. I take a lot of that to Jalen. But he won the game. He was good overall. But, you got to clean up those mistakes, because when you're playing the better teams and they're whole, because Miami didn't have either one of their starting corners, right? Jalen Waddle was out for a lot of the game.
And of course, Ramsey's been out since the preseason.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey's been out since the preseason. So a lot of missing pieces on their defense. They were missing Waddle, who's a big piece of their run game, as well as A-Chains on IR for at least a couple more weeks. So, that's important, because I see the numbers he was putting up in fantasy. He's on my team, so I know he gets it in. So, but still a good win, man. You go in, you still had the cheetah. The cheetah was dropping balls. I felt like he was hearing footsteps a little bit. That line was dominant. But still room for improvement, but a better game. I saw slight adjustments made by the offense, but I'm feeling almost the way I felt about the defense overall about the offense this year. But I'm giving them a little time, because they are doing enough. But as we hit this tough part of the schedule, because we got the Commanders this week, and then from there it just gets uglier and uglier. Y'all gonna have to tighten up. During the bye week, I'm gonna need Jalen Hurts, Brian Johnson, and Nick Sirianni to get in a room, move the furniture, watch that tape, and handle some things.
Oh, so you really want the offense to tighten it up?
I do.
Okay, and I'm 100% with you, man. I don't get it. You mentioned the game. To me, where I said, okay, the identity of the Eagles offensively, I think, should be carved here. The 34-20 victory over the Vikings, where Swift went off, and that offensive line was acting like big uglies. And I love it when offensive lines are like, there isn't anybody on this field that is tougher, stronger, or bigger than us. And if you try to do anything on this front, you're going to get knocked on your keister. The Eagles, when they have that mentality, they are tough to beat. And in that game, offensively, I loved how they looked, because it gave me more confidence in DeAndre Swift. I'm like, okay, cool. So if they open them holes for Swift, you give him 20 carries, he can give you some business. I like how this team rolls. And it looked like Hurts liked how they were rolling with him too, because he looked good when Swift was cooking. So imagine my surprise when I've been seeing them, and you said the perfect words. They haven't really been clicking all the way, and they've won in spite of certain things. And they haven't really put it together, and it's scary. They haven't put it together yet. They're the number one seed in the NFC. And I'm saying to myself, you all know what you do best. Why do you game plan, not strategize, game plan away from that? And then it just boggles my mind. But I will give you props. I'll give you props to the Eagles defense, though, giving up only 10 points to that offense. Whoo! Awesome job. Awesome job.
Why Snowman really ain't here today, y'all.
Why is that, sir?
Because of what happened Sunday night.
What happened Monday night?
I mean, Monday night, yes.
You know what Playmaker said? Kurt Tutane's cousins actually didn't will under the lights of primetime for a change.
Oh.
Well, he did it.
And you know why else? No, he didn't. And you know why else?
No, he didn't.
He's not here.
What else?
Because you know that Brock Purdy's not playing Sunday.
Yes, we did talk about the fact that he's now officially under concussion protocol.
Yeah, one Samuel Darnold is going to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, why isn't it they talk about that? Yeah.
Yeah, Snowman might not show up tomorrow either.
Yeah.
I might not
maybe
see Snowman tomorrow either.
So are you saying that he is depressed by the 49ers going on this downslope and quite possibly they might lose their third straight Sunday? Is that what you're leading to, sir?
What I'm saying is, as one of the generals in the Santa Clara football team army, now that things aren't looking as good as they were earlier, because I recall him and what's my man that be on Monday to be talking Carolina sports?
Oh yeah, Jay Spivey.
Yeah, I remember him and Jay Spivey saying a couple of weeks ago. And I hadn't been able to catch Snowman since then, but a couple of weeks ago, because for some reason he don't be on Thursdays. But they were talking about how the Eagles definitely would have lost to the 49ers if Purdy was healthy, and then also how the 49ers were a great team. I remember that I was listening and I said,
yeah, I didn't believe that either.
Yeah,
I still didn't believe that.
I said, you know what, man? I said, when you get two people who have a bias that's outside of realism, and you put them together, they just feed off that fool energy from each other, and that's what they both did. But that's okay, because to both of you gentlemen, the Eagles were not losing when he got hurt.
Not that game.
Okay, and they weren't going to lose that game whether he was healthy or not, because he was going to get tagged, he was going to get blasted, and he was going to get beat down.
Yeah, the Eagles are a better team and they're a more physical team, and that played out throughout the game anyway.
Yeah, but that's okay, because we need haters. We need people to not like us. That feeds us. If everybody like us, we suck. So please don't ever change.
Hence why in the Eagles Elite podcast commercial that I cut for you, I had to embody that phrase that Eagles fan really believes. Nobody likes you and you don't care.
That is correct. That is correct. And for those who do like the Eagles, we appreciate it. But we need the haters too. We need the haters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, I didn't believe that either. Because the correct me, gentlemen, in the chat, does Brock Purdy play on defense? No. So in that NFC Championship game, I saw that defense get demolished. So, yeah. Let me see. Coach. What can I ask you? Let's see. Okay, I'll ask you about the Texans. They were on a bye. So, of course, their upcoming game is against the Panthers. What did you want to see the Texans work on in the bye week?
Well, what I want to see us work on, first of all, I mean, we got to get healthy. I mean, that's the main thing, get some of these guys back. We still waiting on Juice Scruggs to come back for our center position. We got to get the running game more back involved. It seems like Devin Singletary is running the ball way better than Dameon Pierce running the ball. Dameon Pierce averaging 2.8 yards per carry, not going to get it done. So that means might need to be a little bit of a change, since Devin Singletary's running the ball very well. Just want to get some of these guys healthy. That's the main thing, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We had Blake Cashman playing his ass off last weekend. Was the player of the week last week with 15 tackles against New Orleans. He's been a dog. Yep, he's been a dog. So just the main thing, get these healthy bodies back out there, and not to try to come out here and have no slippage. I mean, I don't. To be honest, I don't know what type of Texans team I'm going to get ready to see out there. I can see a Texans defense that's going to be all over the field, and next minute I can see a Texans offense that finds a way to struggle. So. Other than that, coming off the bye week, DeMeco Ryans knows how to make the adjustments. That's one thing what he knows how to do. He knows how to make the adjustments. CJ Stroud, I think that first interception, that was very much needed, because now he doesn't have to focus on not trying to force the ball and throw an interception now, but it's how you bounce back after the interception. He bounced it back very well after he does it, and he's going to be looking to carve the Panthers up, because the Panthers pass up on him. Josh McCown told him actually really told him at the his pro day that I want you, we gonna get you. And our front office did not pick him. The front office wanted Bryce Young, and you saw the way that Frank Wright was talking in his press conference. Seemed like he wanted CJ Stroud, and the front office wanted something else. So other than that, CJ Stroud is gonna be looking to have a field day. This defense for Carolina is banged up. Shaq Thompson is out. You have everybody trying to be traded. When Adam Thielen is your best receiver, that's a problem. When he becomes your best receiver, that's really a problem. The running game really ain't played as well. So if I'm the Texans, I'm coming out. I'm putting pressure on Bryce Young. The offensive line is not good. They cannot block anybody, especially Ike Ekwonu. Ike Ekwonu cannot block me if he tried to block me. So other than that, I'm just looking for D'Amico Ryans to come out here. Just try to put some pressure. We got to get off to a good start. It can't be one of those games we can get off to a slow start and try to look to come back late in the game like in Atlanta. We got to get off to a good start from start to finish.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. What's up, CJ? Hope everything's good with you, brother. And again, congratulations to your area team. The Rangers are going to the World Series. And, it looks like we have breaking news. It looks like an NHL player is acting like an NFL player. It says that we got our first NHL gambling policy violation. Ottawa defenseman Shane Pinto suspended for 41 games for the policy violation. All right. Wow. That's wow. All right. We'll take a pause for the cause and we come back. More of the Cool and Coach Hour, and of course, more with Wize El Jefe too. NBA, it just started. But they want to go back to something. We'll touch on a couple of things NBA style when we get back. The Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, joined by Cool, Coach, and Wize. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids from the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the Four Horsemen of Pick'ems. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. Papi J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wize El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Papi J and Wize El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Go back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. It is without Snowman right now. I am Cole Johnson. We are inside the Cool and Coach Hour. And yes, 2 days ago, the NBA season began. And before I get to the change, I might as well touch on the fact that the defending champs, the Denver Nuggets, they did well at home, played against the Lakers and beat them 119-107. Did you like how they looked? Cool, since you are the resident Nuggets fan. Did you like how they looked Tuesday night?
I did. It's early. Still some work to do, but We know it's going to be starter heavy. We know that most of the time you're going to have Jokic or Murray on the floor. I'm still concerned with Michael Porter Jr. and his development as a post player. We need him to work in the post. We can't just shoot threes all day. You got a 7-foot wingspan. We need you to, make things happen in the post as well. So, little concern about how that's going. But overall, man, I feel good about where we're at now. The young guys, we got to get them some work. That's going to be 15, 20, 25 games into the season before we really see how that works. But to go up against the Lakers ring night and get a win, I mean, I'm definitely going to take that. And by the way, did you see that ring with the spinning basketball? The little pull-out joint with the banner? Like, hey, I told you we hadn't been there before, and we won't act like we had been there before. And that's what I'm saying. That's first time ever winning the ring. We about to stunt, and I loved it.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking Chris Rock. They spinning. They spinning.
They spinning. They spinning. You know what I'm saying?
They spinning.
But I liked it though.
When you were saying it, that's exactly what I was thinking. Oh my
God. It was solid.
Yeah. All right. Coach. So we got a chance to see the first game coached by the Rockets being led by Ime Udoka. 116-86 was the final score in Orlando. Your thoughts on the team, and do you think that the recent controversy that they've had to undergo played a part in how ineffective the Rockets were?
We were soft, and we was out physical. We was out physical. That's what it came down to. And Ime Udoka said it. We wasn't tough enough. We wasn't tough at all. We got pounded on the glass. Offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. Once we got down by one early in the third quarter, we started playing sloppy. We got 3 straight turnovers. We got 3 straight offensive fouls. We turned the ball on one possession. It just came down to toughness, a lack of toughness. Jalen Green wasn't aggressive enough in the game. Dylan Brooks played very fucking well, and like I say again, a lot of people don't like him, but the guy can play. The guy can play basketball. The guy's an all defensive player. So whatever people got against him, I mean, it's fine with what they say, but the man balled out. The man was the reason why we got down by one in the third quarter, because he hit by like 3 straight threes on these possessions. Fred VanVleet had a better second half. Had a better second half than he did in the first half. He's trying to find this rhythm, but I think I'm not so worried about that. I know it's a 30-point loss. Orlando is a good team. They're going to be a team that's going to be fighting in a play-in tournament, like in between the 9th or 10th spot in the Eastern Conference. That can be a team that can shock somebody. They very long. They can play some good defense. If Jonathan Isaac can find a way to stay healthy, for God's sake, he can finally help the Orlando Magic out. That guy was very good yesterday. I mean, Anthony Black even looked good when he got in the game. He even looked great when he got in the game. Cole Anthony, we couldn't stop him from getting into the paint. So they got some very young players, and I think that's a team that can fight for a 9th and 10th spot in the Eastern Conference. But I think the Rockets will figure it out. Amen Thompson played like a rookie. I'm not concerned about him. You know that he's going to have some of those bumps and bruises, but again, if this team is going to go places, Jalen Green is going to have to be the stud. He's going to have to be the man, and he's going to have to take more account. He's going to have to take more accountability as a stud. This Rockets team will not go anywhere or be even close as good if Jabari Smith, Jalen Green don't be the guys, especially Jalen Green. If he don't be the guy, this team will not be going. This team will not be going nowhere. But I still got confidence. Ime Udoka, Go get the job done. And he came out and said, for him to come out and say it was a lack of toughness, Steven Silas ain't said that in damn 3 years. Ain't said none of that in 3 years. So I still got confidence. I think it's going to be all right. But Orlando, you got to give credit to Orlando. Orlando just came out. They were more physical, and they wanted it more than the Rockets. And everybody, you got the combination of new players, young players trying to coexist together. I think it's going to be fine. But the way they played yesterday, hey, Jalen Green is going to have to be more aggressive.
Yeah, I agree. I think Orlando's probably turning the corner. And as for the Rockets, I think basically I struggled with the growing pains, and I think Udoka is going to be asking more of the team than we have seen probably since the 2019 squad. So, yeah, I totally agree with you. All right, Wize, you said back in September you were looking forward to seeing your Knicks on the court. So you got a chance to see them in MSG. The Celtics came to town. Oh, I think I already know the answer to this question. I think it's this.
The following is a public service announcement from Wize El Jefe.
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wize El Jefe.
Listen, we lost 108, 104. We missed free throws. We gave away that game, man. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle did not have good games, and we were still at it to the end. We was 14 for like 26 shooting free throws. You just can't win that way. You're not going to beat a good.
You're right.
You're not going to beat a great team like the Boston Celtics missing your free throws.
For sure, yeah.
Quickly had a great game. Barrett, if you could get all these guys together and listen, we held it down with Boston, and two of our best players weren't playing good. Like Brunson didn't have a Brunson-esque game. Julius Randle wasn't that good. But yet we came back, took the lead in the fourth quarter. We couldn't hold it. They were the hungrier team. They were the better team. Am I disappointed with the loss? Yes. Nobody wants to start off the season 0-1, especially at home. But I see them improving every game. So it's a learning experience. Brunson and Randle are not going to play like that all year. So I got high hopes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you should have that because I think since we're focusing on the Nuggets, Rockets, and Knicks respectively, I think those words are true. I think the hopes should be high for all three teams because all three teams are actually looking forward to ascend higher. Yes, I know the Nuggets couldn't ascend higher than winning a championship. Well, you win two, to me, you ascend higher. So all three teams are looking forward to elevate their games and go further than they went from the last year. So, yeah, I hope things go well with all of them. But the All-Star game came in yesterday. It looks like they're going back to having the best of the East versus the best of the West, and they are chunking away the blacktop system of the two best vote getters pick their own team. Do you think this is a good or a bad thing for the NBA to go back to the East versus West? I'll start with you, Wize.
Thank God. Like, really? I've always wanted the East versus West, man. That's how it's always been. In every sport, it's basically like that. It's East versus West, or American League versus National League, AFC versus NFC. So why wouldn't you have East versus West? Why go and have superstars that it's just I like the pride aspect of it. You're representing your conference.
Mm-hmm.
Not an individual player, not Team LeBron or not Team Giannis. Yeah. It's the Eastern Conference, Western Conference. All right, with bragging rights, who wants it more, the East or the West?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that's been missing, and I'm glad it's back. Coach, your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I love it, but I wish this All-Star game had meaning to it, though. Like, MLB, have meaning to their All-Star game. They don't just play their All-Star game just to play. They have meaning to it. I wish, I love it. I love it. East versus West. I definitely love it. It used to take me back to when Allen Iverson in 2001, won the kind of shook it up, won MVP and stuff like that. Michael Jordan, them going against the Michael Jordan, those days, and Tracy McGrady when he threw the ball off the backboard and stuff and dunked it home. That was competitive competition. That means something to those players, bragging rights. But I just wish you put more to make the players play. I think that they're gonna have a one or two halves where they're gonna just do their own thing and where they just gonna not play defense. But when in the second half, that's when things starting to get fun. They starting to act real serious about the game. The winner of East and West, gets home court advantage. Like gets home court advantage throughout the NBA Finals. Baseball, you got home court advantage, home field advantage in the World Series. But other than that, they don't. I like it. I like the East and West format. I like that format. I'm happy they went back to it. I'm happy they went back to it and got away from that. Like why I say that individual crap. I don't like that individual crap at all.
Yeah. And point of reference. The All-Star game in MLB used to be that way. Now it's scrapped. It's whoever has the better record. It's a thought. The final word of this subject goes to you, Cool. What do you think, brother?
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Thank you. Nobody wanted to see that. That was cool for like 1 year, right? Like when Kobe passed, and you want to do something different to honor him. And then obviously, we had the situation with the lockdown and stuff. That was cool to do it that way. But then to come back and continue to do it, it's like, bruh, no, we're doing too much. So get it back to East versus West. Like my man Wize said, that's what we grew up on. Like Coach said, let them boys duke it out in there. And hey, I wouldn't be opposed to saying you win the game, you get home court. I wouldn't be opposed to that. You know what I'm saying? I think MLB should go back to that too. I think NFL should do that with theirs. I think everybody should do that. You know what I'm saying? I think Major League Soccer should do it. Like everybody, hey, win your All-Star game, you get home field. Give them something to play for. They won't. I mean, they're not cool. I get it, they're not. But that's what they should do.
Not the Pro Bowl. No.
Hey, make it a flag football game. Because ain't nobody gonna hit.
No. The AFC and NFC will have to rely on scrubs for whichever team gets home.
Because people might actually they might actually play. People might actually play if they. Well, no, they wouldn't because they already know they ain't gonna win.
Play.
Well, the big problem with the NFL joint is that it's at the end of the year when you already know everything. That's the biggest problem with the Pro Bowl, which I mean ain't a way around it, but I'm just saying, like, maybe some cats would play if they're like, hey, look, we get this home court, and blah blah blah. But nah, it's not really gonna work for the NFL.
Maybe give a universal break, right, and have the Pro Bowl in the middle of the season.
Now that would make it where you could do it. But I did go a little bit too far when I added the Pro Bowl.
And there'll be the universal bye. That'll be the universal bye week.
Yeah,
maybe.
That could. Yeah, I could rock with it. I mean, I can rock with it.
You give them 2 weeks off, like 1 week play the game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
1 week you play the game, another week you just straight up off. Yeah, that's possible.
Add a 19th week. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll be fine with that.
It'll make the season drag out a little bit. See why? It's the synergy. You know what I'm saying? We just work together. It's a group effort. You know what I'm saying? We're team daddy over here.
Lord have mercy. My man CJ, you can catch him along with his partner Justin on Elevate on the BS3 Network every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. He says, look, Texas Rangers going up. Dallas Mavericks got their first dub of the season. We like it. I bet. He also says about the Nuggets. Aaron Gordon has been stepping up for the Nugs, for real. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit. I think Cool and I, well, I think all of us.
Your boy Cool been giving him the props because
yeah.
Without Aaron Gordon, we ain't got no ring.
I was about to say all I had to do is mention Nuggets. That's one of the first names Cool mentions is Aaron Gordon. So no cap on that, brother. He says, look, the Knicks missed like 23 free throws. Basically, they gave the game away. If I'm the Knicks, we shooting free throws the whole week. I think,
and I agree with that. I agree with that.
Suicides.
I think everybody's just up there shooting free throws. That's it. That's what y'all
free throws and suicides.
you got to make 20 in a row to stop shooting.
Man, Playmaker says, look, it doesn't matter because the West gonna dominate once again, and we going back to the park system. Oh Lord, don't make me vomit, Playmaker. Oh, and
we're not going back to the park. We don't want that.
No, we don't. And he also says, sorry about the butt whooping in the Big O last night. For those who don't know, Playmaker is a huge Magic fan. And you're not sorry about that butt whooping the Rockets received in Orlando.
Now he's gloating now, right? Now he wasn't saying nothing past couple of years.
It's good to gloat the first game of the season.
Right? It is. Right?
Yeah,
it's still 81 more, Pedro. It's still 81 more.
All right, switching gears as we wind it down. So, of course, we know that the Rangers beat the Astros Monday night to clinch the American League pennant. 11-4 was the final score there. We're not talking about the game. We're actually going to be talking about the manager of the Astros. Well, in about an hour or so, it might be former manager Dusty Baker. It has been reported that he is set to retire from managing later on today. So I would like your thoughts. I will start with you, Cool. Your thoughts on Dusty Baker. Do you think that he should step away? Do you think that he should at least try it another year? What's your thoughts?
I believe, obviously I think Dusty Baker is one of the best managers in the history of Major League Baseball. My opinion. But I think when you feel like it's time to go, it's time to go. If you're wrestling with it and you feel like I want to go ahead and make the move now. You got to the playoffs. You didn't win the World Series, but you've had a good run. So if you feel like it's the end of the road, man, go ahead and bow out now. You know what I'm saying? Let the Rangers go ahead and find them someone else.
Well, he's not with the Rangers. He's
excuse me, Astros. Let the Astros go find somebody else. I was thinking about the Rangers because I was thinking about in my mind before I was like, whoever wins out of there, if so happen the Filthy Phillies beat the Diamondbacks, which they didn't, shout out to the Diamondbacks. I need whoever wins there to win because we don't need the Filthy Phillies win any more championships.
Well, you want
scorn, hating Braves fan. Yes, I am. Not going to deny it. But I think Dusty, if he's ready to go, man, you've had a great run. You've had the Astros playing really well. You've been in the postseason. You've been to a lot of World Series. You know what I'm saying? You got you some dubs in there. Everybody catches some L's there as well. But if you feel it's the time, man, go ahead and make the move. Allow the organization to start fresh, and you can get on and keep it moving. That would be, what I would do.
Okay. Yeah. And I agree with that. I think Dusty has had a good run just in baseball in general. If I'm not mistaken, I think 56 years in the sport, and 30. Well, off and on 30 years as a manager. So yeah, he's been a good ambassador of the sport. Wize, your thoughts, sir?
Listen, he won his first ring last year. He as a manager. So why not? Why not step down? You accomplished what you needed to do as a manager. You've had a Hall of Fame career as a manager. You've won basically everywhere you've been at. And finally last year you got the big one. So if it's time, I thought he might have thought about it last year after winning. Finally,
me too.
So, but listen, you had a great run. Houston is going to be Houston. They still going to got talent. Whoever they bring in is going to be reaping the rewards of a locker room that has young players coming up that are dynamic, and you have a lot of veterans to keep them in check. So if he does retire, my hat's off to you, Dusty. Great career, great manager, great ball player. Always been a service to baseball. So enjoy retirement.
Yeah. Couldn't I say that better? Yeah, I hope he does enjoy retirement. And yeah, he did think about it, but I think when he got a taste of that ring, I think he felt like he wanted to run it back because I think he felt as though they could have probably done it again. And, 5 games short, but hey, it happens. I will give you the final word, Coach. What do you think about Dusty leaving Houston and leaving Major League Baseball in general?
Well, he gave you the answer last year that after he won the World Series, he said he was going to run it back. So that's what clearly he was trying to do. He was trying to run it back. And unfortunately, the team, did not hit when it mattered the most. We had runners on base. We just could not get them home. Varma Valdez just stumped throughout the whole playoffs, I need the money that he stole back. I need the money that he stole back. So other than that, because he stunk the whole playoffs, he did not pitch like an ace at all. So I need the money that he stole back. I need that refund back to the city of Houston immediately. So other than that, Kyle Tucker, you trying to get a big contract. You're trying to get a big contract as well. You didn't help yourself. You didn't help yourself out, but I still will like resign Kyle Tucker because he did play. He had a 30 season. He had 30 home run season and 30 steal season. So again, and he played. He got us a World Series. Helped us get us a World Series last year. But other than that, it's just the Rangers were the better team in both games, and we never won at home all year anyway. We didn't win all year at home anyway, so that was our Achilles heels. But other than that, Dusty Baker said last year, basically after he won the World Series, that he was going to run it back, and then he was going to basically retire if he'd have won it or lost it anyway. So other than that, we may got our manager in house, or we may have pick up another. We're going to definitely get another manager, but this team's still going to be fine. This team still going to be ALCS contenders or World Series contenders. They're still going to be there with the talent that we still got. And again, just enjoy Dusty Baker memories and him win his first ever World Series. Dusty Baker's going to go down in the Hall of Fame. He's going to go down as one of the greatest managers ever. And that's the manager I always thought, that had the most bad luck as a manager, man. You think about all them playoffs runs, the Washington Nationals, how they just took a big shit all of a sudden and lost that playoff. You think about the Cubs when Moise Alou was jumping up for that ball, and then the fan interfered, kind of interfered in it, and the Marlins went on to win that series. Cincinnati, he led Cincinnati to playoffs. They end up losing. So he's one of the managers that's had the most bad luck before him to get his first World Series last year, and everybody was happy about that. I was excited about that, but yeah, he knows. I think it's time for him to go, man. He got the one thing that was missing on the resume, and that's that championship. So it's time for him to go off in the sunset.
And how about beginning his managerial career? 1993. The Giants win 103 games, but they don't make the playoffs. So, yeah, you're right. He had that string of bad luck starting then as a manager, but I'm glad he got a chance to end his career with a ring because he had a ring. He has rings as a player. He got a chance to have one as a manager, and a good baseball man. I'm glad that he got a chance to actually celebrate on top because he is worthy and deserving of that honor. So Dusty, I hope retirement treats you as well as you was treated the game the last 56 years, I think. And we're gonna miss you, but your contributions will last forever. And as an Astros fan, I thank you. I thank you for rubbing basically your integrity dust on a team that needed a whole dose of it because you had a whole lot of people, and rightfully so, not believing that the Astros were actually a just team, and you were able to right that ship. Now, of course, you're going to have fools and a-holes that's going to throw asterisks on Astros because of what transpired before you got there. But once you got there, the ship was righted. You were the right man for the job, and we totally appreciate you for being the man that you are. Forget the manager you are. We appreciate you for being the man that you are. So thanks for the memories, Dusty. I've known you ever since I was wee high to a grasshopper. And so now I'll get a chance to know the game without you. It's gonna sound strange not hearing Dusty Baker and baseball aligned. But life goes on and you gotta enjoy your life in retirement. So I hope retirement treats you well, my friend. And that will do it for this episode of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. I almost came close to same mentality. I want to thank my guests that always come every Thursday, Cool McCain and Coach Dante. They did their thing as they always do every Thursday. Thank you, gentlemen. And of course, I have to thank my mentality brother, Wize El Jefe. It's always a joy to be on the mic and share the stage with him. no matter what platform, no matter when or where. It is great to have brothers like these three join me.
I got a question though.
Your question is, sir?
It's towards Cool and Coach. Do they have a Cool and Coach show?
Not yet.
The Rufo
I'm asking. I'm asking.
Not yet, but we can work something out on it though.
Not yet.
We can work it out. We can come up with a contract to get it done.
I heard a not yet. Uh-oh.
Okay.
You didn't hear a no. You heard a not yet.
Oh, I didn't hear a no.
But
Yeah.
you already know Cool is trying to compete for the hardest working content creator we know.
I'm trying to give up that title because he can have it. He got it. I ain't even want it.
Because I mean, I'm looking around and Cool's on every single show. I'm like, doggone, man. You almost like Playmaker. But no,
man, and I'm looking around like, why is you on every almost doggone show, Cool?
But it is a joy and a privilege and a pleasure, man, to share the mic and stage with the three of you brothers. So thank you guys so much. And that'll do it for Snowman, the one with Cole Johnson. I am Cole Johnson, and of course, I'm representing Snowman as well. And we will say in parting as we always do, and that is take care, God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, then they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. That's what Cool and Coach Wize are doing. That's what I'm doing. We hope you in the chat, you listening and you viewing this show are doing the same. We are out of here, and of course, we'll give you a good laugh at Wize going off on Representative Bowman on mentality. See you tomorrow.
Bro, you walk through this office building every day. You know what the fire alarm look like. I don't want to hear that.
Oh my
is wrong? Like you got. I wish you had that button right now.
Got me up.
With this bull. You got a mother thinking from New York can't read. Don't know red means fire alarm. Like you seen it says don't pull or pull in case of emergency. There was no emergency. Like oh my God.
Keep
cooking. Let me calm down. Because this dude is really a yo.
Keep cooking.
I'm wondering why you even brought this up, man. Like this is not news. This is not news. This is some stupid trying to make a power play, and he came out looking like a dumb. This is all that is. Well, let me try to delay this. I'm late. Negro, put up. You need to speed up your watch or something, or put your alarm set so you can leave 20 minutes earlier. I don't know, but pull a fire alarm. Yo, you were just giving New Yorkers a bad name with this dumb, stupid. Like really.